Hello, everybody. We are playing. This is the Police. I've never played this game before, never seen anything about it before. It looks interesting, and I got it for free, sort of.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
Huh. Very interesting. Options. Others. Christian safe area. Audio. We're on. Well. Let's do it. Seems interesting. So there's this game, and then there's something about Jack Boyd's resignation. Marcus 2 shown free word the day before the world premiere. Okay. So there's this game, and then there was another one that I want to try out. And hopefully there's no nudity or anything, because on a video I can take it out. Stream I cannot. Let me go look up what that one is called. What's it called? What?
Fucking pose, hand them over.
No.
You're gonna threaten the guy with the knife?
I'm not threatening, I'm just saying no.
That was the wrong word. Well, shit. My horse, dude.
Let's see here. Purchase, not played. I haven't played it yet. The other one's called the ABC Murders. I really want to see you though. Yeah. I really want to see someone too. Okay. Forget that I need to One, respond to this text.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher.
I love the vibe already of this. It's literally like it's a book.
This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
I like this guy.
I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Oh. Good morning. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come to as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? What's the difference? Oh shit, that one was good. What does it matter whether it came as a surprise? My business is my own. You already know the name of your successor? Veteran, who cares? No. Of course not. I don't think the mayor's office knows who it is either. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy, Francis Kendrick, said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? If the mayor offered him your position. Sounds possible if he thinks the new office would help him serve the city a little longer. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? I don't know. If it helps police, no comment. Usually I prefer to answer all your questions, but in this situation, I've got to say no comment. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? Definitely. Of course it's the reason. Personal relations are always important, no matter what anyone says.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
I guess he's gonna get killed or something.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
About that? About that?
Don't get wrapped up.
Yep, I need to unplug my controller because I was sick of it.
Next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me." I have a new assistant.
This guy's kind of a dick.
If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking at the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Star?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Star.
Wow, that's funny. That was really freaking funny.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick, he recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Would you like to receive the tips about how the game works? Show me what you got. I'm a 60-year-old police chief, a few months away from retirement. I don't need anyone telling me how to do my job. Okay. Freeburg PD organizes upcoming work assignments to shifts for today and tomorrow. Every shift officer responds to crimes in progress, and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Professionalism shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. Figure around 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short of this mark is not entirely reliable. So figure around 150 is considered average. Those whose professionalism is considered considerably higher than average are a safe bet, even in a pinch. An individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career. The energy shows how tired the policemen are. That's that. The less energy your people have, the less reliable their work, and policemen who is exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel and make a critical error on the job. Employees lose 1 point of energy after each working day. This lose 1 point after each day of rest. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy and will come up with some reason they can think of to take the day off, while others like to drink too much. You can only guess about these things, but you should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behavior of your employees. Okay, so below average are these guys. Mole. Shift B. So stay. Okay. Interesting. Finally, causes the bread and butter of police work. You'll need to send your officers to the crime scene before the timer expires. A mark on the map shows where the call came from. The farther away the destination is from the police station, the longer it will take your officers to travel back and forth, so the longer your people will be tied up and unavailable. Alright, easiest way to determine how difficult the task might be is to check how many units you are allowed to send on the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. It will be a risky mission give you options sending SWAT, but they must be accompanied by at least one officer. I think you consider any available information from the location of the crime scene. Okay. So I want to try to send the worst one and a decent one. A theater manager reports that during a show of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with the theater's security guard. We'll send another bad one with the good one. Or should I just send the bad one? Let's just send the bad one. Everyone goes well, the police capture the criminals, and nobody dies. But the truth is, sometimes the criminals manage to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead civilians will bother the mayor even more than living ones. Vendor caught. Officers are unharmed. Hit and run. Nice. Vendor escape. Officer unharmed. Civilian killed. Damn it, Austin. Should have sent another one over there. Okay, 3 teenagers armed with shotgun robbed a video escape store, made off with their whole collection of adult movies. The criminal fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one Brown. We're going to send a pretty good one, and I'm going to send a decent one. Brother and sister clash with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of the lawyers, we don't dare separate them, and our security guard is off duty tonight. Doesn't seem that big of a deal. Let's send this one. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and his money. We'll send... Doesn't seem like they're armed. We'll send you. Okay, when your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask you to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. Okay. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. The door, open up police, sneak into the house through the open window, turn on the siren loudspeaker and shout at the house. Okay. We don't need to announce ourselves because they are... I mean, they literally robbed the store at gunpoint. I'm going to say sneak into the house and open window. Do we need to announce ourselves? What's the law? Yeah, sneak into the house. Yep. Officer's unharmed. That's what's up. That's what's up. Under escape, officer unharmed. Offender escape, officer unharmed. So, okay. So send 2 then. In any scenario, just send 2 of them. In the day. Okay. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime. But if they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. 400 on duty. Dang, dude, that guy's sick. I should be fine.
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years, he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. Don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand.
Huh.
Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Every scene around good comes Freebird. Thanks to announce his retirement date. Direction of the Senate. Alright. When a police officer is too tired to be effective, he will ask for a day off. Sometimes officers will request days off even when they're at full strength. Some of the reasons you'll hear are far-fetched, while some are very serious. Don't overindulge your subordinates, but don't antagonize them either. Remember that everybody got secrets, and you got to make sure these guys have your back. Probably got drunk and beat my mother again. This time it looks pretty bad. I'd like to go to them. Can I have the day off? Yeah. In addition to their performance ratings, police officers also possess rank. Okay. Employees begin at the lowest rank and can be elevated in rank with 1, 2, or 3 stripes. Once a week, you can pass out stripes and improve a rank of any employee. If you think that no one is worthy of your honor some week, you can postpone the ceremony until later. Insignias won't go out until your people are ready. Okay. Yeah, he definitely deserves something. I'll actually promote him. Freeburg isn't one of those cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. You can always select any song from your collection and play it at any time, just like in real life, or the life of your, well, the life of your grandfather. I test the song first. Yeah, let's do that. Hire and fire cops. Police station. Need a certain number of paid job openings for which you can hire. Individual applicant. Job slots are separate between officers and detectives. Professionalism, 250. I actually need some higher ranked people for shift B. I have pretty decent for shift A. Oh no, I need for shift A. Pretty much, yeah. Let me say shift A. Fire. Legally, this action may result in 6 consequences. Didn't come to work. Came to work drunk. Too old. Failed 3 assignments in a row. This hire you, but for shift B. It's shift B though. Oh, this is shift B. 100. Suck it over there. Tire you for shift B. Okay. Received a friend call from the local cathedral this morning and have it discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols, and some have been broken into pieces. These are even marks from a shovel, but we haven't to say more. Then the worst one, and a decent one. Let's see. And it was a business Harley Jones looking out his window, saw 2 teenagers scratching offensive slogans on his new car. A bad one, we'll send another bad one, and we'll send a really good one. Offender escaped, officers unharmed. Okay, not bad. A waitress named Mila reports that she just served chicken Eddie and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she'd seen on television just this morning. The culprit is sitting at the window. Caught. Officers unharmed. Nice. Enough of me get copyright strike for this. The waitress had mistaken retired Officer Frank Nero for a fugitive expression. Mr. Boyd, my bouncer stopped himself with Mexican food again, and now he can't get off the can. Meantime, the line outside club is stretching around the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. Let's just... You got this. I'm gonna play it safe. Not play any more music. An anonymous call just came in. A clown carrying balloons at the skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. So you and you. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. And one night I pulled in more cash than I earned a month working at this dump. Said he wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I wasn't cut out to be a cop. Cool. Thanks for your help, Mr. Boyd. Naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again.
Now she can shimmy like Sister Kate. She's just a dancing queen. Fit for a king. Swing sweet ginger green.
Ooh, you gotta freaking replace a shitty guy with a good guy. As the police arrive, a clown is seen making balloons to animals for kids. Cover up in a raincoat and pretend to be an innocent customer. Carefully watch the clown from the stands. Take the clown onto the ice and round up any witnesses. Who did I send to do this? Let's do that. Enter escape. Officers unharmed. Okay. Better cut. Officers unharmed. Oh yeah. Hoorah. Okay. End the day, baby. Let's go.
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either. But according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention. She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shots. In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all 3 of our sons supported me. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son. I hear he's 30 years old. Of all the possible information a man can know about his wife's lover, I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman armed with a phone book. But I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally. So for the moment, I had to swallow my pride.
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy. I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Let's not go back into that.
Wow.
Sorry. Find my wife, and we can discuss my
Holy
hobbies
shit.
later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin. Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
Damn. It's kind of heavy. That's why she left you. Shit. That's how you really feel. My neighbor died, and his wife asked me to help with the funeral arrangements. Can I take the day off? No. Your neighbor died? I'm sorry for your loss, but why does helping with the funeral arrangements... Yeah, whatever. Okay. I was gonna go to the map, sorry. I'd like to do the songs, I just don't know if they're copyrighted or not. A racist gang has recently made some trouble in the city. They're capturing black townspeople and beating them to death. They recently sent a message to the local radio station promising to kill all the black doctors, firemen, and police. We don't need any more dead police, especially not mere months before the election. The racists are gaining more and more followers, and even some of our citizens support them. You'll have to fire all your black employees over the next 2 days due to the mounting racial tensions. I have to fire all the black people in my freaking precinct? Are you shitting me? What kind of nonsense is that? A member of the city's cleaning crew saw an elderly man approaching some expensive cars in the parking lot, carrying a long iron rod. The whole street could hear him shouting, bastards, thieves, bloodsuckers, you, and you. Someone commits a serious crime and flees the scene. Case goes to your detectives. Okay. So they investigate the crime scene, interview witnesses, and gather whatever information seems pertinent. One of your detectives will be lead investigator on this case. You can assign additional detectives to any case who will work with the lead investigator as subordinates. The more professional the lead investigator, the more effective the team. Actually, we're going to do you, and then we're going to do you. Okay. That way, if there's another one, I can have a higher leveled up person. Stratagem. I have to fire all... No, I'm not doing that. I'm seriously just straight up not going to do that. I don't care. I'm not firing all the black people in my precinct. It's not going to happen. I'm not doing that. That is not okay. A gas station surveillance camera recorded a car that's on the stolen vehicles list. There it is. And you. Yeah. We'll send it to you. Detectives have interviewed witnesses, collected evidence from the scene, and are pursuing investigating the results. Okay, so Aragram, a drunk witness, they drove by in a sedan and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Oh, I see. It's one of the black activist Rodney Moore was found shot outside his home. Interesting. Officer caught, or offender caught, officer unharmed. One watching. Okay. The driver is nowhere to be seen. Interview any potential witnesses. Search the car. Wait at a safe distance for a driver to appear. Okay. Nice. What? Oh shit. Officer died. That was the lowest ranking one, but still. Cora Ramsey, mother of several children, has expressed her concerns about a suspicious man wearing bifocals seated on a bench beside a playground. Been watching the children for over an hour and has taken several photographs of them. That's not okay. Let's set some people. Okay, interesting. It's a little boring without the music, huh? But what can I do?
1210 complete.
The report. Sweet. Board, I'm opening a Freeburgers First Martial Arts Club, and for my first exposition, I want to hold a sparring match where one of my students takes on your toughest cop. After the fight, I'll teach your man a few tricks and something that will help him out on the streets. Yes, please. Oh. Your detectives present frames, different versions of what might have happened at the crime scene. Okay. We got 3 frames. They get it wrong half the time, but a good cop can separate fact from fiction. If they know how to look at it, case materials, the more professional detectives working on the investigation, the better their instincts. To get to your suspects, you'll need to figure out a true sequence of events at the crime scene using the frames you think likely, sometimes with a little guesswork thrown in. Okay. So, he comes out. Car pulls up. What is this? Drug lord. What does that do with freaking anything? Or pulls up drug lord shop. He drove by in a sedan and they shot like a machine gun. I didn't see much. Car pulls up. I don't know what the drug lord thing is. I think that's definitely it. It's definitely not that. Bartender reports that a couple of dancers started fighting over tips and a cat fight broke out on stage. I'll send you, and you. Bartender reported that a fight has broken out between a patron and a bar bouncer. The man, apparently drunk, had climbed onto stage while a local singer was performing and tried to sing a duet with her. We're just going to send you. So you didn't do that. Chief, I just about nailed the jab a couple times, but he was too fast for me and won on points. I don't really understand all their rules, so I can't keep track of points very well, but he was alright. He even showed me a few tricks after the match. I got carried away a little and pulled my back. I think I can take the day off. I can take the day off. Yeah, one of our people died, huh? Naruto? We're hiring Naruto. We got stuff. You don't not hire Naruto. Like, okay. On stage are 2 strippers going at it, and it's gone beyond arguing to a full-on cat fight. The bouncer is fast asleep, clearly too wasted to handle the situation. Drunken patrons are happily watching the fight. So girls, cut the crap where this is going to get serious, shut off the music, and turn up the lights. Draw your service weapon. Oh, let's not do that. Let's do this. Who's going to be fighting oblivious to the police's presence? Come onto the stage and try to separate the girls. Ask the bartender to a bucket of cold water and throw it onto the combatants. Watch strippers go at it and don't interfere. The cold water one's weird, but actually it might work better than just step onto the stage. Your officers unharmed. Look at that. And day's over. I gotta wait for all my cops to get in, huh?
311A complete.
Undercut, officer unharmed. Nice. I knew she could handle it by herself. Okay. Next shift. We have a pretty decent staff for the next shift. I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Police Officer Thomas Blaine shoots pregnant woman. Damn. Said he has no problems with racists. Said he has no problem with racists. I thought she was a suicide bomber.
Why would a man need a barn? To store all the stuff you can't bring home. About 30 years ago, back when I was young and interested in farming, I carried all kinds of junk home. After a day in the field, I'd come home with buckets, shovels, dirty boots and clothes, and instantly transform the living room. But even back then, there's something I always kept in the barn. I stopped keeping my pills inside the house because every time I was about to take a triple, someone would knock on my bedroom door. Now they're knocking on my barn door. Well, fine. It's not every day that someone comes to visit your barn.
Hello.
In all the years we worked together, Kendrick never came to visit the house. We drank at bars, went fishing, went to the mountains, even chased off some poachers one time. But he never came for dinner with the family. We never watched football over here. And now he's brought his friends to visit my barn. I always try to look unsurprised, like it's an everyday thing to get visitors at the old barn, especially guests with their own personal bodyguards. But Kendrick is sharp enough to see he's caught me with my pants on backwards.
Sorry for the surprise, Jack. We saw you from the car. Figured we'd find you in here. I'm going in for a minute, fellas. These guys will wait outside.
How long you been dating the lover boys?
They're Sans people, Jack.
Yeah. So now you're appearing in public with members of the Mafia?
Jack, I'm leaving tonight. More like fleeing. Jenny and I are taking the girls and making a run for it. Probably won't be seeing each other again. I've got new documents, a new name, a new life, everything new.
The papers say you're still working your last week for the department.
I've got to get out today. I won't be getting another chance. Don't know if you noticed, but the whole city is against me.
You told your Mafia friends about your plans.
Jackie, if I don't fix everything with them in the next few hours, they're going to kill me. And not just me, my family, my relatives, God, Jack, I don't know who else. They found out that I was planning to run and they demanded that we close our contract today.
Your contract, Frank? Really? Is that how you talk now? Maybe you should call in the lawyers to straighten all this out.
Now is not the time, Jack, please. I have a commitment to them until the end of the year. They need an inside line at police headquarters. I can't just give them back the money. That's not how the Mafia works. If I can't find someone I can trust tonight, I'm dead. You know me, Jack. I wouldn't ask you if I wasn't afraid they'd cut my daughters to pieces before sunrise.
He's the damn fool who puts his daughters in the crosshairs in the first place. Anyone in my place would have dressed him down good. But I didn't want to pile it on. Fate's already got this guy's soul in the grinder.
Fine, I'll help.
Give him my phone number and tell him it's done. Don't call me. Don't come to work today. I don't want to see or hear from you again. Time for you to go.
Jack,
Get the fuck out of my nice cozy barn, Frank. At the time, I was trying not to think about what just happened. It was almost too much to take in. I'm probably the most popular police chief in the history of the city, and I have to admit, I've thought about that more than once, sometimes with a little pride even. In one of the features they wrote about me in the papers, they said it pretty plain. He catches the criminals. Believe me, high praise like that is unheard of in Freeburg, especially for a cop. And here I am, the person who catches criminals. I agreed to help the mafia, or I'll come home to a bag stuffed with my kids' body parts. Right before the last hammer falls. Hey, remember that cop who caught criminals? It turns out he was a mafia bitch. And all for the sake of a greedy, corrupt cop who should have fled the country years ago. That sound right to you?
We're gonna do one more day, and then I'm gonna call it. Some pipes in my house busted, and I need to wait around for the plumber. Can I take the day off? No. No. Okay. Another day, baby. Last day. Let's go. No matter your personal relationship with the city's administration, your police station is at their mercy. In order to maintain possible working conditions, you have to send appropriate requests to the mayor. The city hall depend on whether they're satisfied with your work. You can send requests every 5 days. The fools in charge of the city may refuse outright or accept only some of your requests, so only ask for what you really need. Staff officer SWAT upgrade raise. Request an increase of number of detectives on staff. That would actually be really nice. Let's do that. Okay, every morning there's a dirty, piss-soaked bum sleeping at the cafe. The man refuses to go away and growls at anyone who approaches this and scaring customers. Let's send you. Hey, you. Right, touch of Diana's liquor store. A witness looked on from her window while an armed man with a stocking on his head entered the nearby liquor store. Yeah. So that. You. There you go. Okay. I hope none of them get injured because I already sent away the one guy I was okay with dying. That sounds like... no, that is a dick thing to say. But it's true. Hot dog vendor reports that he saw two Elvis impersonators grappling right there on the sidewalk. They're swearing in Spanish and beating each other with microphones. Oh, jeez. There we go. Nice, nice. Here's your week's salary. City, oh, sweet, bonus points. Tomorrow's the deadline. I'm not doing that. Take my money. Give me a warning. I don't care. I'm freaking retiring anyway. I'm not firing all the black ops. There's two exits from which a few people have already fled. Drive a patrol car through the front window. Sneak up to the back door, enter the store through the main entrance. Let's sneak. The stick-up man noticed the police presence, took the cashier hostage. He's holding his gun on the hostage's head, shouting, "Back off or I'll blow his gosh dang face off." Meanwhile, the cashier's yelling in an unknown language, saying, "You take aim at the robber. You and the man shut your face and drop your weapon. Quiet, adult, you're just making things more complicated." Robert grows visibly nervous. "Don't shoot, please. I just need the money. I just take a little bit and go." No one was hurt. The cashier begins to cry. "I'll let you leave here upright, but only if you release the hostage." Shoot the robber. There's two ways out of the shop: in cuffs or in a body bag. Yep. Antique Chinese necklace was stolen while he was in a pawn shop. Okay. We can do this. This year's organizers of the Golden Beast Hunt suddenly changed the rules of annual shooting contests. It now features teams instead of single competitors. Can you send me 2 of your finest marksmen? I'd really love to do well in the competition. You and you. Sure. It's a hot one today, and a lot of people are going for a swim. Last week, 4 people drowned at the beaches of Freeburg, and the press was in an uproar. Please send someone to keep an eye on things. Sure.
311 complete.
Nice.
212 in progress.
One sec. Okay. At a gallery exposition entitled Sex Operation, a gang of young people in ski masks forced their way in and began smashing exhibits, shouting, "We don't need this shit in our city." This is bad. I don't have SWAT. Okay. The one, the Ernest really knows a lot about shooting. He even taught us a thing or two. He invited us out hunting to celebrate the victory, so we'll be taking a day off. We deserve it. Wow. Enter escape, officers unharmed. Okay. Well, anyway, how the financial situation. I was going to pawn an antique necklace, which has been in my family for many centuries. As I was carrying the necklace to the pawn shop, someone ripped the bag from my shoulder and disappeared. I didn't have time to do anything. That one, and this one, and this one. The detectives have information on the whereabouts of the suspect, and as there might be a number of locations to choose from. We have the arrest. 2 officers must escort the lead investigator to... Okay. Guard went out for a smoke and saw a teenager writing obscenities on the wall of the building. I chased the brat up to the tree. You can take it from here. He sent 2. I was sent 1. Alright. Vandalism. Enter escape. Officer unarmed. Okay. Just vandalism. Looks like tomorrow's going to be a long day. More likely the first of a lot of long days. There's just too much going on. I'm very tired. I'm gonna ask you. I can't do that. There we go. Yeah, I'll ask you when to work tomorrow. And I'll ask. Whoa. Whoa. come to work tomorrow? Let's just do one. That way, we're not too tired to really get to them.
Mr. Boyd, there was a man here earlier. He left you this.
Man? What man? Who let him on this floor?
I don't know. I've never seen him before. I asked him his name, but he just ignored me. He was talking on a big telephone, you know, one of those portables. He gave me this envelope and left.
Damn. Okay, let's see about this. Of course, they could have shot them the second they took the photo, but I knew Kendrick and his family were all right. Either way, the message was not that they got out. It meant that I was in. My servitude to the Mafia had begun.
What?
I'd only been in my new position
What's
5
up?
seconds, and I already knew why Kendrick called it a contract. You sound doomed if you call it what it is. A curse. Boyd.
Good morning, Jack. I believe you just received my message.
Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget some people don't recognize my voice. But I assure you, Jack, if I was sitting right there in front of you, you'd have no trouble recognizing me. Like I was a member of your family. Even better than a wife, perhaps. A wife can betray you. No man is immune.
I don't talk to people who don't tell me their names.
Oh, Jack, don't be so childish. You're too old to run away from strangers. Yes, we both are. And in our old age, friendship becomes rare and all the more precious. But of course, we must work with new people and find out new names. So if you insist, Jack, let us formally meet. Hello, Jack Boyd. I'm Christopher Sand.
Wonderful, Mr. Sand. And what is it you do for a living?
Oh, you'll soon find out all about that. Well, you'll learn much more than a simple policeman could ever expect. You're a simple policeman no longer, Jack. Don't turn off your phone. Start today.
Well, shit.
8 in 10. It's been my go-to principle since my first day on the job. I've got to let my colleagues hush up what they need to, 2 out of 10 times, so that they'll help me with the remaining 8. 80 out of 100, 800 out of 1,000. I'm proud of those statistics. It's not so bad for Freebird, right? But now I just officially became a Mafia whore. I'm supposed to be fearing for my life, for the lives of my wife and children. But the only thing I can think, what's gonna happen to 8 and 10?
Severed leg. Okay. Well, that's all I'm gonna do for today. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna stream this. I'm probably just gonna put it on my own. And see you later.